Good morning. Okay. Hope you're good, that you had a nice bank holiday. I mean, it's the sunniest in my memory anyway. I think today we're going to start lying down. So just lie down and first you can take Shavasana. So letting the arms and the legs loose. And breathing along your body, noticing any tension. So if it's really not comfortable to be flat on your back, you can bring your feet back behind your hips, maybe lengthen your lower back, let the knees fall in towards each other. If there's any issue with your arms, you can bring them towards your belly or your breath or your chest. Might even be nicer to feel your breath. Just taking a few breaths, that's your intention for the practice. Noticing how you feel without wanting to feel a certain way or another, or to not feel, whether it is excitement or tiredness. Just take in how you feel and let go of control. Notice your breath, notice it moving into your chest, into your belly. See if you can relax the place, maybe into the collarbones, maybe into the lower belly, into the sides of the waist. Maybe all the way to the muscles of your face. So finding a place of gentle relaxation. And slowly bringing some movement back into the fingers and the toes, maybe the wrists and the ankles. And I'm gonna slowly bring your feet together and slide your right knee to your chest. And interlock your fingers over the right knee or the right shin, or just holding the knee. And if it's too far, you can always use a strap or a belt or a scarf or something that means you can relax your shoulders and also relax your thigh down towards your chest. And if your knee is an issue, you can also hold under the thigh. So in everything we do, try and modify the pose so that they feel the best for you. And just start noticing what's happening in the hips. So maybe making little circles, trying to find places that are more tight or that feel good. Then bringing the knees to the chest. On the exhale, you're going to squeeze the knee a little more towards your chest. On your inhale, you're going to relax it. So exhaling, squeezing, and noticing the movement in your lower back. Inhale, relax. And those are really nice movements to like lengthen the psoas, relax the psoas, the muscles that are holding your legs to your spine, and that can be responsible for lower back pain. So inhaling fully into your chest and your belly, relaxing the stretch, and exhaling, drawing the knee closer to the chest and activating the left leg so that it stays nice and long along the mat. And you can try and release the left hand, hold the right knee with the right hand, and as we exhale, we draw the right knee to the chest. As we inhale, we're going to stretch the left hand over the head and stretch the left leg as we relax the right knee. And on exhale, we stay here, but we relax the stretch and we draw the knee towards the chest again. So keep moving with your own breath. Feel like a lengthening of the sides of the body. And as the long side, left side stretch, try and keep it as close to the ground as you can. And then exhale, release the left arm. Let's come and bring your left knee to your chest. Maybe hold both knees, maybe roll a little, that feels nice. Or circle both knees. And then transfer the right hand to the left knee or so. And slowly straighten the left leg down. So first we just notice what happens as we're just holding the left knee over the chest. Maybe some circles. Maybe some slow breath, trying to notice what's happening in the left hip, in the lower back, or anywhere else that you feel it in your body. And then starting gently moving with the breath, squeezing the knee to the chest on the exhale. Right leg stays on the mat. Inhaling, just relaxing. Doing this a few times with your own breath. And letting go with the right hand. And on an inhale, extending the right hand along the side of the head. Stretching the right side as we inhale. Exhaling, squeezing the left knee in. Inhale, stretch right. Exhale, squeeze the left knee. Keep moving with your breath. Imagine the movement being like a spring starting in your core. Recoiling as you draw the left knee in, expanding as you expand the right side. And on an exhale, relaxing, bringing the right knee up. Maybe coming to hold underneath the knees. Open the thighs towards the side of the body, keep the feet towards the ceiling, and do some circle with the knees or with the ankles. On an exhale, bring both knees closer to your shoulders, keeping the shoulders relaxed onto the ground. And then straighten the legs over you, extending the arms as well. Circling the hands as well as the ankles, one way and the other. Let's see if we can keep the legs over us, so drawing the spine long. Inhale, reach the hands all the way behind the head. And exhale, turn the chin to the chest and reach towards the legs. Inhale, rolling back down. Stretching at the end of the inhale. Exhale. Towards the legs. So waking up the core. Trying when you're lifting and when you're coming down to roll the spine. So one vertebra at a time. And on the next exhale, if it feels good, hold on to your calves and stay up. And maybe lift your gaze towards your knees, maybe towards your toes. Breathe deeply. And exhale, soften the knees. And rest back into your back. Drop the feet to the floor. We're going to bring the soles of the feet together and let the knees come out to the side. And open your arms like shoulder height. And bend at the elbows so that the forearms come straight up towards the head. Take a few breaths here. And notice the passive stretch in the inner thighs, maybe even in your lower back. Try and relax the sides of your neck. Let the elbows and the shoulders be heavy. Let the wrists be heavy. Inhale, stretch the hands up. Exhale, circle your hands back around. Let's tuck your chin to your chest. Lift your head up and come onto the forearms. And bring your elbows underneath your shoulders. Now keeping the feet where they are. As we inhale, we're going to lift the chest and the belly. As we exhale, we're going to round the spine, lower back towards the floor. So like a cat and cow movement, but noticing the different effect on the thighs and on the shoulder. So trying to make the movement, trying to get a feel for the movement first, and then as you're feeling it, maybe accentuate it, dropping the head back, tucking the chin in. If it feels good on the last inhale, next inhale, stay up. Press the elbows and all of the forearms into the ground. Feel the palm of your hands on the ground. Soles of your feet together. Reaching the baby toe side of the feet together as you let the knees come out to the side. And really reach your ribs towards the ceiling. On an exhale, bring the knee back to the chest. Close the legs together. Extend the legs. Push into your hands and come to sitting. And let's see if we can sit kind of upright as much as we can. If we can't, then we can always sit on a pile of books or a couple of cushions. Something a little rigid can help. I'm just going to bring the fingertips in front of us, like wherever they go, so that like you can kind of grip your mat and use that, like strong arms, extended arms, to draw your chest forward and draw your spine long. Keeping your legs nice and straight. But if they don't go straight, that's okay. Straighten your back first and then look after your legs. And see if we can inhale, open our arms. And breathe here. So palms facing up, shoulders going down, shoulder blades sliding down your spine. Deep inhale, opening all of the ribs. On an exhale, closing the hands in front of the heart. Thumb resting onto the chest bone. Look down at the tip of your middle fingers. Press down with your chest bone, reach up with the crown of your head. Inhale, slide your hands past your face all the way up. And exhale, reach towards wherever you're looking at, the edge between your ceiling and your wall. So somewhere up and forward. Or looking at the sky if you're outside. So you're going to breathe here. Extend through the legs, extend through the spine. And on an exhale, keeping the chest forward, bringing your hands down to wherever they reach. And using the hands to draw your heart even more forward. Exhale, soften over the legs. Come into deep forward bend. And breathe here. Letting your spine relax. You can kind of look back up towards your toes. You want to make sure that your head isn't reaching down to your legs, that your head is balanced and there is not extra tension in your neck. Maybe notice the space between your body and your legs. On an inhale, straighten your spine, straighten your arms, stretch this way to triangle shape. And exhale, come back to sitting. I'm going to bring the right knee in and lift, so bring the right foot onto the floor, lift the right sit bone. Breathe here, extending to the left leg, and then bring the sit bone back down onto the ground and open the foot out to the side, bringing your right foot inside your left thigh or your left calf for tree pose. Now see if you can find an upward sitting place here. And then gently keeping your hips facing towards the left foot, let's come and twist towards the right side. So keeping your legs steady, pressing the right foot into the left thigh. Expanding your chest as you inhale. You can lean back on the backhand if you like. Just try and not sink your weight into a single point. And try and align two shoulders with the center of your chest. So you don't want the shoulders to rotate away from the body. See if you can extend through the heel of the left leg and lift or bring the left toes towards your face. And from here, coming a little more upright, right hand inside the left leg. See if we can reach the left hand inside the left leg and reaching the right hand up. Breathing here, finding some sign of comfort. And with the left hand, you can hold onto your right leg, or you can push until the inside of the right leg, and then let's come and face the top hand, the palm towards the floor, and reach here. So bottom hand is wherever it helps you most. And see if we can inhale, look towards the fingertips of the top hand and reach them forward. Exhale, look down behind you in direction of past the armpit. And we're doing neck circles like this. Inhaling, reaching the hand. Exhaling, looking down through your legs. And if it happens, you might try and bring the right hand all the way to the toe. If it doesn't happen, you can hold your head and really feel the stretch into the side. And really trying to target the lower back. If you're reaching your foot, you can reach with both hands. And on an inhale, support your head, reach your right hand up, reach up all the way And come all the way back. Turn back to face your right leg. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, relax. Inhale, open your arms. Exhale, close your hands. Look down at the fingertips. Inhale, slide the hands up past your head. Exhale, reach forward. And when your body can no longer go forward, bring your hands down. And then inhale, reach forward again. Exhale, fold over the left leg. Breathe deeply here. And again, we're looking for closing the angle between the body and the leg. So we're trying to keep as straight a spine as we can. We want the lengthening to happen in the lower back. And if you can hold to the left leg with the right arm and bring your right hand onto your lower back and gently encourage the spine to lift out of the hips. And coming to relax onto that left leg. Inhaling, straight back, straight arms. Exhale, come back and relax. And let's change your legs, maybe bring them together first. Maybe this way. So actually, let's bring them back together. Inhale, reach up. And as we exhale, we're going to bring the right hand forward and the left hand back and reach for the outside of the left leg. And I'm reaching forward with my heels. I'm reaching back with my right hand. And I'm trying to really keep my shoulders nice and aligned. If it's too far, you can always do it, up to your knees. You can keep your elbows bent and reach with the elbows. And exhale, come back to center, sitting upright. Inhale, reach both hands up. Exhale, left hand come as far to the outside of the right leg and right hand reach back. So whichever option, elbows can be bent, legs can be bent also. Trying to grow length along your spine and loosen all of the inside muscles of your hips and core. As we exhale, we relax. We're going to come and bring the left foot under, lifting the left sit bone, finding some height here. And on an exhale, opening the left thigh to the side, bringing the foot inside your thigh. So taking a moment to sit upright. And bringing the right hand inside the right leg. Keeping our right leg active, toes pointing towards the ceiling, heel reaching away from the sit bone, and sit bone also pressing down into the ground. Left hand behind. Let's gently twist this way and let the left thigh come down towards the floor. Try to balance the weight between back and front. And modifying the pose so that it's accessible to you. So try to always remember to lengthen your spine. And then if the legs don't bend as much or don't go as straight, then that's okay. If your spine doesn't twist as much, that's okay too. Notice where you are and what places in your body this activates and which places in your body are tense. And just breathe through them. Feel, don't try and control, don't try and, be something that you're not. It all happens. Now, if this feels good, we can slide the right hand slightly inside the right leg and reach the left hand back. Take a deep inhale to open the chest, open the shoulders. So imagine your shoulders are straight either side of your chest. And then reaching the left hand up. And maybe getting it all the way past your face. And doing some neck circles here. So look up, inhale, look at the fingertips of the left hand. Exhale, look at your left leg. All the way down to the front of your body, the armpit, and back around the arm as you inhale. Then you exhale, you let the right side of the body loosen. As you inhale, you lengthen the left side. So just circling, looking down and up. And then if that feels good, you can reach for the left foot, or just like hold of the head with the top arm and keep reaching in direction of the foot with the elbow. And as you're reaching forwards, you're always trying to reach back down into the ground with the opposite side of the body. So your sit bones reach down. And as we inhale, let's bring the right arm, it's your left arm, anyway, the top arm, all the way towards the ceiling. And inhale again, lift it up, draw it back, draw yourself back. Undo your legs. Bring them forward. And let's bend your knees a little. Take a little rest here. So see if with your knees really bent, try and find your sit bones straight down into the ground and find a place where your spine is balancing straight up from the sit bones. Using your hands for support so it's not all in your hip flexors. In a comfortable, still position with your spine upright. Notice whether your head is leaning forward or back. Let your chest bone lift as you breathe in. Let the lower ribs go back in and down as you breathe out. Notice how the chest expands with every breath and contracts without compromising the alignment of your spine. Then relax your hands and bring them underneath your shoulders behind you. So feet are together, legs are bent but not very much. And you're going to press the base of the fingers. So lift the palms of your hands first. Press the tip of your fingers and the base of your fingers into the ground. And just take a few breaths here. Maybe stretching the elbows back, noticing the stretch in the front of the shoulders. Turning the head from side to side, making sure you don't cramp anything. And then let the heel of your palm come into the ground, but you're making like a little suction cup with your hand so that it's not all leaning into the base of the wrist. Then you're going to breathe in and expand your chest up. Exhale, soften the elbow, draw the spine down. Inhale, reach the spine up, feel the stretch in the arms. Again, like a cat and cow movement, but upside down. So as we inhale, we arch. Maybe we look all the way up or behind. As we exhale, we draw the navel towards the spine. You draw the spine back, tuck the chin to the chest. You can even drop your shoulders to the front of your body if you like. And inhale to the exact opposite. When you want to try, you can extend the legs. Keep with the same movement. If you feel it in your wrist, maybe try and keep your elbows a little more bent. Try and put more weight into your fingers, the base of the fingers. Now I'm going to take a static posture so you can just stretch the arms and the shoulders. So elbows go back, shoulders go back, and chest goes forward. Maybe head goes all the way up. Or you're going to bend your feet until they're flat on the ground again. Or you can keep your legs straight and then press the hips up. So it's like an upside down plank. So whichever option. And you can play with bending the knees, coming into a tabletop like a reverse hands and knee position, and then straightening the legs, reverse plank. So try and keep your core engaged, your tailbone lifting up so that you don't feel the dip into the lower back. And then exhale. Slowly come down. Let's turn around. And we do this dynamic shoulder stretch again. So it's as much as a shoulder stretch as a twist. So I'm on hands and knees. I can keep my big toes together, like whichever you like. Slightly nicer on the hips, but whatever works for you. And then so hands underneath your shoulders, and then placing the hands like over the line of the fingertips. And when I come down, I'm going to bend my elbow. I'm going to try and line my shoulders. So like my shoulders are really facing to the side. I'm extending to the left arm, the bottom arm. And I'm feeling the twist as much as the shoulders. I inhale. I come back to center. And at the top of the inhale, there is a pause where I'm symmetrical before I exhale. I'm going to dip. I'm going to try and reach my right shoulder underneath my left shoulder before I bring it down to the floor. And pressing into the standing hand. So exhale, coming down to the side. Inhale, pressing up. And exhale to the other side. So moving with your breath. It is a couple more times with the breath. Coming back to center, engaging the core at the end of the inhale, really softening at the end of the exhale. And the next time you're doing the left hand, you might stay here. So use your right hand, keep that steady square angle between the wrist, the forearm, another one in the elbow, another one in the shoulder. Reaching the top shoulder back. And as in all the twists, as you inhale, notice all of your spine, from the top of your neck to the tailbone. Lengthen around that line, and exhale, soften the core of your body, that midsection between the hips and the ribs, to really loosen along it. And transferring weight into the right hand, inhaling, coming back to center. Let's take a breath in center, making sure we're symmetrical. You can look down at your legs, look down at your hips. A deep inhale here, and on an exhale, bringing the right arm across, taking the twist on the opposite side. I mean, there's so many things happening in this pose. It's really good for the shoulders, especially after what we just did. You're probably going to feel them a lot. Try and use the breath to soften. Try and let your right ribs drop and your left ribs lift. On an inhale, pressing into the right hand, coming back to center. Let's push the hips back onto the heels and extend the hands forward. Keep your head up first. Think of your dog or your cat when they stretch in the morning, reaching the hips back, reaching the paws forward, really lengthening all, and then exhale, just drop your forehead. And let yourself soften here. Inhale, slowly look forward. Put your hands underneath your shoulders. Take your toes under and press into downward dog. And then look between your hands, and the same movement we just did for the child pose. You look between your hands, you bend your knees, and you're going to push your hips as far back as you can. So really pushing, pressing your hands, gripping the mat with your hands, pushing the hips back, bending the knees. And then keep all that length in your back. And just turn your face so that your ears are level with your arms. And work to straighten your legs. But really keeping the back straight first. And you can try bringing your feet as wide as the mat. Your hands are about shoulder distance apart. Your shoulders are really away from your ears. You can open your legs as wide as the mat or as wide as your hips. You can walk the hands forward, make the downward dog a little longer. You can lift the hips up and push the hips back. Or you can draw the hips back and see if you can lift the toes up. Then on an exhale, I'm going to push forward onto your toes, come onto hands and knees. And inhale, then reach the right knee up. Exhale, bring it back down, push back onto downward dog. Slowly exhale again, bringing the knees back down. Inhale, lifting the left knee up. So trying to keep your arms straight, your body nice and long, facing down, your hips facing down. Just the right knee goes as far up as we can. Whatever you want to do with your foot. Whether, like, don't extend the leg, but bend the right knee or the knee as much as you like. Then on an exhale, bring the knee down. Come back to a downward dog. Take a deep inhale in downward dog, pushing back. Exhale, dropping the knees, reaching the right knee up, breathing here. Maybe as you're breathing, you might look forward, feel a little arch in your back, but keeping it nice and engaged. Exhale, back into downward dog. Inhaling downward dog. Exhale, dropping the knees down again and lifting the left leg. So straight body first, and then with every inhale, you might arch a little more, look forward, keep reaching back with that right knee. Try not to sink all your weight into your hands. Exhale, drop the knee, bring your knees together this time, and take a child pose. And bring your hands by your feet and rest it into the ground. Notice what you feel in your body. Bring your hands back by your chest and come to kneeling. So you're going to stay kneeling if that's comfortable. You could put a cushion underneath the top of your feet if you feel the top of your feet hurts, or between your feet and your bum if you need that. Or you can just like sit on a chair or maybe stand up for this one or stay upright. And if it's comfortable, what you can also do is open your feet out to the side, so internally rotate your thighs so that your feet are out to the side. And then if you can, but being careful of your knees for this. See if you can sit between your feet. And you really want to feel like the internal rotation of the thigh. You don't want to feel like that your lower legs are just torquing your knee. So, and if it's too much, like you can do this with the support underneath your hips as well, or take whatever other option. And we're going to inhale the arms up. See if we can breathe here. Reach the elbows up and the shoulders down. Fingers are just together. Feel the energy between your hands. Inhale, lift the chest bone. Exhale, drop the lower ribs. Then take hold of your elbows and see if you can move the elbows towards the back. Make sure that your head is nice and loose. You might look at the frame you're making with your arm. Circling one way and the other. And then relax the arms and come and hold the elbows behind the back. And then really push back with the spine onto the elbows. And drop your head back, drop your chin down. Under the arms, and then we'll take the full pose. So we can do the legs, or you can leave the legs for another day. So if you want to do the legs, you're gonna bring your right knee under, and then you're gonna cross the left knee over. There's an easier way to get into this. You can bring your feet together and so bring the right foot by your hip, and then maybe the other foot is just across like this. Eventually you might want your both knees to be over each other and your feet both by your hips. Whichever option works, or just sit normally and just concentrate on the shoulders. So I'm going to take my left leg is forward, so I'm going to take my right arm up. I'm going to really reach, and I'm going to take my right arm up. Sorry, I have no left and right this morning. So reaching my right arm up with my palm facing left, and reaching my left arm out with my thumb facing down and my palm facing back. And I'm going to bring that left arm behind me, bringing the elbows as much as I can, and this side. So I'm up here, and I'm going to reach this up, and then really reach up with the right arm before I come down and interlock the fingers. And if the fingers don't reach, then you can hold something else, a strap of some kind. Anything will do, really, something that isn't going to tear or that doesn't have too much elastic, and just use this to straighten. And keep breathing here. Elbows, and again, see if you can do some slow neck circles, just to make sure that your neck isn't stuck. Really just go and say, nose the head, look left, look right, look down, look up. And then slowly relax, reach that right hand up again, left arm out. And let's change the legs, so whichever position you're in, just take the reverse. And then take both arms out, left hand up, right hand out, turning, reaching as far back as we can. And sometimes it's nice to take hold of a strap or a ponytail and then reach up with the right hand and reach down. And first do a few breaths with the strap, and then when you start feeling that you're loosening, see if you can hold onto the fingertips. There's always a side that's easier than the other. Keep breathing into your spine. So notice like your hips and chest and head, and keep them nicely aligned. And then exhale, slowly reversing the movement, come out. Come onto hands and knees. Come onto downward dog. And walk your hands back towards your feet until you can come into a forward bend, transferring all the weight into your feet. And extend through your legs. So feel your sit bones, reach your sit bones towards the ceiling, and extend through the heels into the ground. Hold with your hands wherever it feels the most natural in your shoulders. Look towards your toes without cranking your neck up too much. And see if you can close the body, the angle between your body and your legs. And if you like, you can bring your hands onto the very top of your hips and see if you can gently encourage your lower back. Like it's really about like rotating the hip bones around the top of the femur. So use your own hands to gently adjust yourself into the posture. Keep your legs really strong. So your knees, even if they're straight, they're not locking. You lift the kneecap Keeping the weight between the front and the back of the feet to keep your balance if your hands are back. Keep your eyes opened. Keep your neck relaxed and just look up to look towards your toes. And really letting your body relax over your legs. Now if you're there and you're quite comfortable, you can also interlock your arms behind your back and then let the weight of the arms come forward. So keeping your eyes open, it's really important to keep your balance for this one. Imagine that you're trying to draw your heels away from each other. You're actually not moving them at all, but you're activating the muscles like you want to do it. And that has for effect of spreading the sit bones behind you. Then on an exhale, softly relax the arms, bring your hands in front of you, and come to a straight back. Staying here, balancing on the fingertips and bent knees. And slowly coming down to sitting. Let's cross your legs, whichever way you like. Bring your hands on your knees. And see if you can keep yourself in an upright position. So again, if you need to sit on a support, you can do that. If you'd rather have your legs kind of straight or in front of you with your knees bent and holding underneath the thighs, you can do that too. Whichever works. Close your eyes. And let's imagine the next pose we're going to do is this exact same pose, but you're going to be lying on your back. So try and already be in the lying down version of this pose. Spreading to the back of the body. Feeling your head resting on the ground, your neck is long, your shoulders are on the floor. You're completely relaxed. Slowly open your eyes. And so we'll do the next one. And if you like, and if your room allows it, you can use a wall or the back of a sofa or some support that's, sturdy enough that it's not going to fall to lean your legs on. So you're going to come into your back. And so if you're sitting close to something, just shuffle your hips as close to the back support as you can. I'm not going to do it here. I'm going to not use the support, but feel free to do it. And then bring your knees to your chest and cross your legs. And bring your hands to your knees. And again, if the cross-legged position isn't comfortable, you can always use like legs in front of you, semi-straight. Just trying to find the place where your back can relax. Could also bring the soles of your feet together. But no, try and just cross your ankles. Hands on your knees. Notice your body. Notice the different places that you feel in your body. As we're taking the same pose we had earlier. But our spine is supported and growing long. You might even imagine that you're back sitting upright. And then exhale. Slowly release the legs. And we'll take just a couple of twists to finish the practice. So, like the easier version of the twist would be to just keep your upper body facing the ceiling and then just drop one knee out to the side and like move the other one, the top knee, like very slowly, only as far as you want to. And if you want a deeper version, you can move that top leg all the way past the bottom leg. You can cross the legs and bring the knees to the floor. Maybe bring the top knee down with the hand. And then expanding through the spine on an inhale. Exhaling, turning the head all the way left. And then circling the other arm so that it's somewhere that it's supported by the ground, but that you feel a nice stretch on the front of the shoulder. And imagine you breathe in the top side of the body, the nostril or the side of your face, neck and throat, shoulders and arm. Into the top lung, top ribs at the back and the front. Noticing the line of your spine. And imagine the half of your body that's above your spine. So trying to imagine that line at the front of the body as well. Feeling your navel, connecting your navel and your spine, and breathing into the part that's above them. Really relaxing the hip. Hamstring and knee. The lower leg and the foot. Taking a deeper breath. Turning your head back to where your legs are, turning your upper body to where your legs are. Bring your top knee to your chest and use your arm to open it towards the ceiling until the rest of your body rock with. Coming onto your back, and so again for the easy version, keep your feet together, open so now it's my left foot out, whichever other foot. And you might just stay here and maybe just turn your head to the opposite direction. And that would be your very basic twist, or you can bring the right over the bottom leg, maybe lift the hip from the floor, maybe cross it over, and then expanding to the spine. Opening the arm wide, turning your head the other way. And breathing into the right side of the body this time. Right nostril and right side of your face, neck and throat. Right shoulder, down the right arm, elbow, forearm, wrist and hand. And that right half of your upper body. Finding a connection between the spine and the back of the body, and the breastbone, the center line of your tummy. Breathing into the right part, the upper part. From the back to the front, concentrating onto one side. Softening the muscles on your waist. Softening the inside of the right hip. On the side of your tummy and on the side of your leg. Relaxing the right thigh, knee, lower leg and foot. And then exhale, slowly turning yourself back towards your legs, taking hold of your top leg. Lifting it up to the ceiling until the body rocks back. And letting yourself slide down into Shavasana. Feel your whole head filling up with breath, relaxing the whole face, all of the skin on the head, releasing the weight of the brain. Releasing the weight of the head into the ground, completely relaxing the neck, throat. Relaxing both collarbones and the shoulder blades. Top line of the shoulders, down the arms, inside the elbows, the wrists and the hands. Feel both sides of your chest and upper back, inflating with the breath, collapsing with the breath out. Feel the movement to your lower ribs at the back and the front. Completely relax your upper belly. The navel, the lower back, all of that midsection of your body that's suspended. Easing down towards your tailbone, lower abdomen, the inside of your hips. Relaxing the glutes. Parts where your legs are attached. All of your thighs, your knees, lower legs and ankles, all of your feet. Let yourself rest. place where your body is supported by the ground. As the breath moving in your body as your body is still. Notice any tensions that arise in your body or in your mind. And gently smile and let them go. And slowly bring some gentle movement back. Waking up the body. Gradually, slowly, mindfully making your way back to sitting in your own time. Sitting upright with your hands in front of your heart. Taking a moment to feel everything that happened to you in that practice. And see if there is any feelings, any sensations that you can bring with you away from the mat to make you feel better throughout the rest of the day. Let's rub your palms, create some heat, bring them to your face, your shoulders, your beautiful hearts, hips, knees, and feet. And back to your heart. Namaste. Thank you for coming. Hope you had a good practice. Enjoy the sunshine if you can. And I will see you on Thursday. Bye.